If you're a Black American, Brit, Canadian, or even if you're down under and you're nearing retirement, you already know the math. The dollar doesn't stretch like it used to. Rent, healthcare, food, taxes, everything keeps rising, but Social Security, pensions, and fixed incomes barely move. And beyond money, there's the peace factor. So many of us want to live somewhere we can exhale, where our skin color doesn't automatically make us cautious or exhausted. And that's why so many people, especially those of us who've carried the weight of generational struggle, are starting to look beyond borders. Because the dream isn't just to retire, it's to finally rest, live, and breathe without fear of running out before the month ends. To wake up without anxiety about inflation or medical bills. And finally, to erase those worry lines from our foreheads. The ones etched there from years of wondering if taxes are going to rise next year or the next. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 countries that stand out in 2025. Countries where your retirement income can go further, where healthcare is affordable, and where you can build community. I'll also touch on how currency exchange and taxes affect your budget, because real planning means real numbers. Let's start with a European gem, Portugal. Portugal has quietly become Europe's most accessible retirement haven. And although it's tax-heavy on foreign income, they still make this list. The D7 visa makes it easy for Americans with steady income, like Social Security or investments, to qualify. You'll need proof of about 870 euros per month, which is roughly $950 USD, or $1,300 for couples. That's it. Once you're approved, you can live, rent, and even open bank accounts just like locals. Now let's talk about cost. Compared to the US, everyday life here is 30 to 35% cheaper. In smaller cities like Coimbra or Tavira, a modern one-bedroom apartment rents for about $800 to $1,000 a month. Utilities average $120, and groceries come in around $300 to $350. Even dining out weekly won't crush your budget. Healthcare is one of Portugal's strongest draws. The public SNS system is efficient and affordable, but most expats choose private insurance, which costs $100 to $150 a month and gives access to English-speaking doctors and short wait times. Safety-wise, Portugal consistently ranks in the top 10 safest countries in the world. Violent crime is rare, and street harassment is minimal. It's a relief for many Black Americans who want to walk freely, without scanning every room. Now, the racial climate. Portugal has a long colonial history, but its modern society is diverse. Black expats often describe it as quietly respectful, especially in cosmopolitan areas. You'll find a mix of locals, Africans from Cape Verde and Angola, and African Americans creating their own networks. Culturally, Portugal is peaceful but vibrant. Think coastal sunsets, slow meals, and fado music. English is widely spoken, which makes adjusting easy. The main thing to manage here is the currency exchange. The euro can shift in value. When the dollar is strong, you'll feel rich. When it dips, your rent and groceries effectively cost more. Savvy retirees keep a 10 to 15% buffer in savings for those months when the exchange rate turns. Portugal is ideal for those craving European comfort, safety, healthcare, and a relaxed pace of life, without the high price tag. What makes Portugal different from other European countries is how it handled the 2008 financial crisis. Instead of collapsing, it rebuilt around affordability and healthcare. That stability means your dollar doesn't just stretch, it stays reliable. A lot of retirees don't think about that a stable economy protects your retirement the same way good investments do. If Portugal is Europe's calm comfort, Panama is Latin America's convenience powerhouse. Panama's Pensionado visa might be the best retirement program on earth. You qualify with just $1,000 in monthly guaranteed income. That's about the average Social Security payment. Couples need $1,250 combined. Once approved, you get permanent residency and a lifetime of retiree benefits. Those benefits aren't symbolic. You'll get 25% off utilities, 50% off movie tickets and entertainment, and serious discounts on airline tickets and healthcare services. Panama rewards you for being a retiree, and it's written into law. Now let's talk about money and taxes. Panama uses the US dollar as its currency, meaning there's no exchange rate risk and no currency loss month to month. Even better, it runs on a territorial tax system, so your foreign income isn't taxed. That includes your Social Security, pensions, and investment withdrawals from the US. For many retirees, that's the difference between surviving and thriving. As for the cost of living, Panama is roughly 40 to 45% cheaper than the US. A single person can live comfortably on $2,000 to $2,500 a month. Rent in Panama City averages $900 to $1,100 for a nice apartment. Groceries are around $300. Healthcare runs $150 to $250 per month for good private coverage. Panama's infrastructure is modern. High-speed internet, clean water, and consistent electricity are standard. The roads are developed, and flights to the US are short and affordable. Now let's talk culture. The Afro-Panamanian community makes up about 15% of the population, and you'll feel that presence in the music, food, and rhythm of daily life. People are friendly and open, and English is widely spoken in urban centers. The social tone is relaxed. People greet you with warmth and curiosity, not suspicion. For many Black retirees, that alone is priceless. Panama's not perfect. Heat and humidity can be intense, and bureaucracy moves slowly. But its mix of tax freedom, dollar stability, and cultural comfort make it one of the smartest long-term options for Americans. If you want stability with ease, Panama delivers. Whichever country you choose, your money won't mean much without structure. That's why smart retirees set up dual bank accounts, one in the US for dollar deposits and one locally for spending. It protects you from currency swings and delays. And always use a debit card that refunds international ATM fees. That alone can save you hundreds a year. Now that we've covered the ease of Panamanian life, we'll move on to the East and the land of the rising sun. Let's talk about a location that doesn't get enough attention: Malaysia. It's Southeast Asia's best-kept secret for retirees who want structure, affordability, and world-class healthcare. Malaysia doesn't get hyped like Thailand or Bali, but that's exactly what makes it special. It's peaceful, it's structured, and it quietly delivers a higher quality of life without the chaos or over-tourism you find elsewhere in the region. The country has a stable economy, modern infrastructure, and a cost of living that's about 40 to 50% lower than the US. Rent for a modern one-bedroom apartment in Penang or Kuala Lumpur averages $500 to $800 a month, and you don't need to worry about power cuts or unstable internet. Healthcare is one of Malaysia's strongest points. The country has one of the best medical systems in Asia, with both public and private hospitals offering high-quality care at low prices. A doctor's visit can cost as little as $10 to $15, and private insurance plans for retirees are much cheaper than in the West, often under $100 a month. Many of the doctors are trained in the UK or Australia, and English is widely spoken throughout the country. Malaysia also has a retirement visa program called Malaysia My Second Home, or NM2H. It allows long-term residency for foreigners who meet basic income or savings requirements, and it's renewable for 10 years. This means you don't have to keep flying in and out or worry about overstaying a visa. That kind of stability is exactly what retirees need. Yes, the climate is tropical, hot and humid with frequent rain, but that's predictable, not disruptive. You won't lose electricity when it rains, and your groceries won't double in price overnight. You can plan your days around the weather, and you'll know exactly what to expect. And yes, Malaysia is a Muslim-majority country, but it's also incredibly diverse and tolerant. Malays, Chinese, and Indians live side by side, and people respect different faiths. Alcohol is available in most places, and foreigners are free to live as they please. The culture emphasizes politeness and hospitality, and for many retirees, it's refreshing to live in a society where courtesy still matters. One of the most underrated parts of Malaysia is how easy it is to integrate. Locals speak English, public transportation works, and the systems, from banking to healthcare, are efficient. That reduces daily stress. Imagine being able to focus on your hobbies, travel, or volunteer work instead of constantly troubleshooting basic life issues. And affordability doesn't mean giving up comfort. A couple can live comfortably, including rent, food, entertainment, and healthcare, on $2,000 to $2,500 a month. That same budget in Ghana might leave you struggling, but in Malaysia, you'll have options and savings left over. When you compare these countries, what really separates them isn't just the price tag, it's the quality of life you can actually sustain. Each one gives you a blueprint for a different kind of independence. Portugal proves that consistency and accessible healthcare can create peace of mind without isolation. Panama shows that a country built around retiree incentives can make your income work harder for you instead of the other way around. Malaysia demonstrates that order, infrastructure, and a strong medical system can give you freedom without financial strain. When you see them together, the message is simple. Freedom isn't just about leaving somewhere. It's about arriving in a place that supports who you want to be next. Real peace is designed, not discovered. And that's the difference between simply moving abroad and actually building a new life. So wherever you're watching from, whether that's the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, the Caribbean, or anywhere else in our global Black diaspora, I want you to know this: your options are wider than what's in front of you right now. You don't have to shrink your dreams or settle for a retirement that barely covers the basics. You can design a life that feels safe, dignified, and abundant, one where your money stretches and your spirit expands. It's about reclaiming choice, the kind many of our parents and grandparents never had. The world is wide, welcoming, and waiting for you to live well. This is your roadmap to a freer, fuller retirement. If you're seriously considering life outside the US, subscribe. Every week, we explore what that freedom truly looks like.